be mindful of where you're pointing your camera. And I know that
Mhm.
sounds silly, but the first thing people are like, well, no, I'm not going to put a camera in my bathroom. Also, that's not what I meant, but also don't put a camera
Nope.
in your bathroom.
Nobody thought you were gonna do that.
Think about what you really need. When you are surveilling the outside of your house, for example, do you really need to see the whole street? Do you really need to see everyone walking on the sidewalk? Or do you just need to
Right.
see the person walking up to your house or coming into your driveway? Right? If you don't create the data worth taking, no one's necessarily going to want it. Same thing like in your house. Be very selective if you're doing inside cameras of where you're pointing them, right? I like to use, for example, stairwells because everyone will think, oh, I should always be watching my family room or kitchen or something like that. It's like for security, really? Because if you're trying to see if someone's getting in, you want to see the doors inside and out,
Yeah.
right? And if they get in your house, you want to know which way they went. And that's usually hallways and stairwells. I know it doesn't sound sexy, but it is very helpful information that can provide you more information than if it was just staring at your kitchen all day, right? So be very mindful in your placement. And when you establish the motion zones, what will trigger an actual recording as well. I have some blink cameras, and this is the one that drives me nuts all the time because it sees part of a tree line and waving leaves at certain times of the
Yes.
year will always cause things to record. And they're all nothing. I got a whole lot of nothing. It drove me up the wall. So just
I live in
be
Florida.
thoughtful.
Spiders are a thing all the time. Like, it's like we see an animal, and I'm like, "You do?" And I look, and it's a spider, and I'm like, "Okay, well, I mean, kind of an animal, but it's not the kind of animal I was thinking of."
And
But anyway, sorry
no,
to
no, it's
interrupt
good.
you.
I've got a fox, and it happens too. That comes by the house. So, and
Well,
the
that's the kind of stuff I do want to see. I want to see a frog like that. That's a cool animal.
dude, get the
Spiders are
bird feed.
everywhere.
Like, did I tell you about my bird feeder my wife got me? It's amazing. Now, this is cloud storage. I'm fine with because it's all just birds, right? But the feeder is called, and I will do a plug for it here, Bird Buddy, and it is a
Yes, I
little,
have
yeah,
seen this.
yeah. It's a
Yeah,
birdhouse. I put food in it,
yeah.
and I got the little camera right there. So when the bird, that you don't have to worry about if you look outside at the right time to see the birds. Now it takes little videos of the birds and then sends it to me. And they'll get
Yeah.
those
I
nasty
love it.
squirrels. Hate those squirrels trying to get my bird food. Anyway,
I
anyway,
love that. I love that idea. I really wanted one. I
it's
just
totally
that
worth
was
it.
like
It's
this.
something that I never would have bought for
Okay.
myself, and it was a gift. So, and I'm glad.
Yeah, I think that's probably the part of it. Like, I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend this much money on like a
It
bird
feels
feeder for
silly. It does feel silly, but
yeah.
it's lovely.
No, yeah, I love birds. Anyway, sorry, go
And the
ahead.
final recommendation, Dustin, unless you have any additional ones that I would say is just go through your settings and make sure you're comfortable with all the different settings you have enabled. Like face, because a lot of things oftentimes are turned on automatically. Like I remember when I still had Ring, and maybe they've changed the policy, but Ring enabled it so that data video sharing was automatically enabled through their neighborhoods capability. And Ring got in
Mhm.
a lot of hot water this month with its Super Bowl commercials saying that we've created a whole neighborhood interconnected network where anybody can find lost dogs. And everyone was like, I don't think it's just lost dogs here, guys.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just lost dogs. And when you think about how, federal law enforcement or even local law enforcement can legally request information in their day to day processes, anyone who's been in Minnesota lately will tell you they get those requests. It might not be for lost dogs. So
Right.
make sure that to the extent you do have the ability to share, the information that if you're comfortable with it, then keep it on. But if you don't want this happening, make sure you look at your settings and just turn those off, right?
Yeah. And this is another good use for AI as well, is if you can't find those settings, you can ask ChatGPT like, "Hey,
Yeah.
where do I
What
need
do
to
I do?
go? Where are these settings at? How do I set these privacy settings up? Like, how do I make sure that I'm setting something up as privately as possible?" Note that you might lose some functionality in that as well. So, you won't be part of that large, neighborhood network. And if you're okay with that, then great, that's fine. But just know that there's going to usually be a trade-off with an organization.